Okay. That's really loud. Sorry for that. It's still really loud. It's that sound effect. Yeah. There we go. Now I don't know how loud the other stuff was because we haven't heard them, so I will have to try and adjust those as we're playing. I have headphones on, so that's all good.
2025 last night, a murder occurred in a remote part of this swamp. A small tourist attraction, deep within the heart of the marsh.
Hold on. A tourist attraction? Here? I don't get it. Why would anyone come here by choice?
I've explained this already. This area is famous.
Famous. All I read was that some idiot thought they saw an alien here 100 years ago.
Get your facts straight for once. We're talking about a creature that's lived in the swamp for over 60 years.
Okay, so it's a 60-year-old alien. I still don't see what matters.
If it matters to anyone, it's you. That creature is our prime suspect.
The murder suspect?
That's right. This is no Loch Ness monster. You need to be taking this seriously.
No, look, come on. How am I supposed to arrest something that might not exist?
You've always enjoyed a challenge before. You can start by reading this.
Our case file? There's not a lot of it, is there?
As usual, we only know the bare essentials at this point.
Founder of tourist attraction, Boggy's Bog, was found dead outside his office at 20:45 last night. That'll be 8:45 p.m. Exact cause of death is unknown. 3 small wounds to the chest suggest an attack from a clawed creature. Slime around the wound and footprints found at the scene suggest the culprit was Boggy, the legendary swamp creature. Any of the 7 other people present in the swamp last night could hold vital information.
Our murder victim, Richard Remington, he was in charge of this, tourist attraction. Boggy's Bog? What a name.
Boggy is the name of our creature. Well, nowadays it is.
You mean that stupid cartoon character? I've heard of him. That thing is our murder suspect?
There's more to Boggy than the cartoon character, I promise you. This is the place it all began. You'll find out soon enough. Your case file is in the top right.
Chapter 1, A Swamp Full of Secrets.
You can look at your clues and suspect profiles in here. When you've collected some, of course. I'll stay and guard our boat, so if you're confused, come back here and I'll help you.
A simple wooden dock. Looks like it can just about hold my weight.
One of the things I really loved about the Tango Tower was the arch style. I wasn't sure if it would be able to continue them with this older one, but it seems like it is doing that. A certainly different style of art style, but I also quite like. I think the third one, which is unicorn or something, is going a different art style as well, which is also really cool. Though I noticed currently you don't have the secondary female character in this one as you did before. I don't know if that character will appear later or if that was an addition to the second game, but let's go and have a look.
A lot of fog and a lot of trees. I can't wait to visit that area. That's the biggest tree I've ever seen. A lot of fog. The water is black and deep. My favorite kind. That's where I need to go. I can switch to walk mode with the button in the bottom right. Oh, and if I'm feeling confident, I can turn off those sparkly hit icons in the options menu.
Where is the hint? I want to turn those off for now. Just because I want to be able to, you know, click on everything, hear what they've got to say.
Just an odd old tree. The fence that seems to surround this entire area. I still don't quite understand why we have a tourist attraction here. Don't forget to use walk mode to move around. It's an opportunity for a photographic memento. The two characters are an explorer and Boggy himself. Are they fighting? It's an old statue of Boggy. His feet are hidden in a bucket of murky water. No
That's
clues,
bulk water.
Just mud. It's an old statue of No clue. No clue.
Wow, you didn't get lost yet.
No, I only just got here. Who are you?
You don't remember. Of course, you're not great at remembering. I should be offended, though.
I remember you, but I've been trying to forget.
Saw your hat blow through here already. You must be slow, if it wouldn't even wait for you.
Well, if you'll let me, I'd better go after it. You can wait here and behave.
You'll get lost. I would never forgive myself if I let you go through without the map.
You have a map of the swamp?
Not anymore. I'm giving it to you.
You should really stay here. It's dangerous. There's been a murder. Although I suppose you know all about it already?
They're saying it was the creature, but it can't be him. He doesn't seem like a killing sort of creature. Nope. He's a different sort of creature.
Wait, what do you mean? If you... she disappeared. I might pretend I imagined her.
That's another thing I really loved about the game. The voice acting and the dialogue is just really engaging. See if I can bump up the speech a little bit.
The fence that seems to...
Is there anything else I can look at here? Nah. It doesn't look like it. Profile. Boggy. A mysterious creature.
Not suspicious? Suspicious?
Has not been officially cited for 60 years.
Not suspicious. Suspicious. Not suspicious.
Okay. I like that the voice things changes. That's amusing. Mr. Remington, the boss, murder victim. We hope you enjoy your visit to Boggy'sburg. His body was found outside his office in the swamp. Remington received 3 small wounds on his chest. Remington has mysterious slime around his wounds. I'd say all of those seem kind and suspicious. A map of the tourist attraction Boggy's Bog, generously donated by the mysterious little girl at the entrance. When I'm exploring my swamp, I can access the map from the bottom button in the corner. Okay. So it just gives you an idea of everything you found there. That's pretty cool.
Just my luck, the gate's closed.
Now switch to walk mode and continue.
Looks like I can move these metal latches around. I should just have to slide at least one of them out of the bottom of the lock. Then I'll be able to get through this gate. Probably.
Oh, but they're both being connected by, so you're gonna have to slide both of them. Okay.
Hey, nice. I might get one of these from my office. This is the tourist attraction? The whole thing just doesn't make sense to me. Let's do some thinking. Drag any 2 stray thoughts into those slots at the bottom, and flick through the connecting statements in between to make a sentence. Tap the confirm button to try it out. I just have to focus my thoughts and reach a conclusion. Boggy's Bog seems like the middle of nowhere.
Boggy's Bog is far too remote for. Oh, wait. No. The swamp is far too remote for the Boggy Bog to make any money.
The swamp is far too remote for the tourist attraction to make any money. It's really bugging me. What's the story behind this place?
What's the story in Baltimore? Wouldn't you like to know?
There's a hollow part of the tree right at the front, but it's too dark to see inside. It's the base of a gigantic tree, and it's sitting in the very heart of the swamp. Was this entire place built around it? Note to self, don't fall in. Apparently, there's a museum to the left and a cafe to the right. I'm not hungry though, this place is putting me off food. Those trees are more dense. It's like a forest back there. It's a fork in the road. How non-linear. It's a fork in the... Those trees are more... Those trees... A rather
Okay.
prominent tree stump
Let's
looming
try
over the
this
wooden
way.
pathway.
Go to the museum first.
It's hard to ignore. These flower petals seem a little out of place, lying on the ground over there. Looks like this path leads towards the northwest corner of Boggy's Bog. I can't wait. Looks like this path. Looks like this path. Looks like this. Looks like.
Okay. Nothing else we can seem to
There's a
interact
narrow
with here.
path here leading up that hill and through the trees. It doesn't look inviting. I'm not sure it's part of the tourist attraction.
That'd be a good place to go then.
Rocks sitting in the water like stepping stones. If that was a natural occurrence, it's a very convenient one. That's the path that leads back past the protest and towards the crossroads.
The protest. I've never heard something being referred to as that.
Rocks sitting in the... I should visit the crime scene. I think Officer James said it was to the west.
Oh, so this is the crime
I don't
scene.
like... There are bizarre footprints with 3 toes leading up to the office door, and back down into those reeds by the water. The strange footprints stop right by these reeds. Maybe I should take a closer look. Maybe I can move some of them out of the way. A strange pair of green... So, this is where they found Remington's body.
Well, I suggest the green feathers would suggest it's not the bulky creature, but who would have
There's an
killed it
open
then?
window above Remington's body. One of the curtains is ripped and hanging on the outside.
So could he have fallen and, either accidentally, being killed or killed himself perhaps?
I can't get in here without a key. And I don't feel like kicking the door down. Maybe if I get desperate later on. There are bizarre and back down. There are bizarre and... What's this? There's a lockpick dropped amongst the weeds down here in the water. I just have to work out which vine to break and tap that button.
So this one? No.
That's the one. But I wonder where this lockpick came from.
Lockpick discarded near the entrance to Remington's office. Covered in a strange liquid slime. Most likely used to break by the murderer to break into Remington's office.
Maybe... I don't... What's this?
No, I can't use the lockpick to get in.
I don't... There's an open window. Aha, some
Okay.
suspects.
I think we found most things there.
Let's get this investigation started.
We would, but this is a good place to end because we've got about a couple of minutes until the ad break, and I would rather we don't hit that ad break. There we go. %of it.
There's a narrow path here leading up that hill, and it doesn't look inviting. I'm not sure it's part of the tourist attraction.
That's where I was before. And we found all the stuff here. I think we need some key or something to get in here.
And maybe if I get desperate later on.
Let me go. Went back to the clearing. There weren't these people here the first time, but now there are.
Alright, let's see. Another suspect for my notebook.
That's a little rude.
No, I'm sorry. Did I say that bit out loud?
Maybe not. Maybe I can hear your thoughts.
So would you be able to answer my questions before I asked you?
Would you be able to question my answers before I tell you?
I could try.
I'm Bobby Burl, professional cameraman. Pleased to meet you.
I'm Detective Grimoire. I'm here to investigate last night's murder. Obviously.
Grimoire. Strange. Is that your first name?
It's my 23rd name, but it's the one I like the best. First name. What's the first name? It's my second name. Detective is my first name.
It's actually
I like
my
that it's the 23rd name.
But it's the one I like the best. So you already told me what you do, but now, why would a cameraman be working here?
I go where I'm needed. Vincent wanted to come to the swamp, and I was happy to help.
Vincent Vanderpeer? You mean that man standing on that rock over there?
That's right. I've worked with him for many years.
Is he your boss?
Oh, I don't know about that. We work together. He's tried to film here before, but he never got permission until about a week ago.
Oh, really? But why did you want to come here in the first place?
If you're looking for a reason to write down in your notebook, I'm sure he can tell you if you ask him. I'm just the guy who carries around the camera.
You always carry that camera with you?
Most of the time.
Most of the time, eh?
You were here yesterday, I presume? Last night?
Yes, I was.
Here, in this clearing?
No, I was over at the cafe getting something to eat. Richard Remington was there too.
Remington? You saw him last night? Just before the murder?
That's right, I saw him. He left the cafe looking rather ill. I offered to help, but he just wanted to go back to his office. He looked like he had a lot on his mind.
He was ill yesterday?
Perhaps it was something he ate.
That's suspicious. Okay.
Yes, do you have a message for me?
No, I don't think so.
Then why are you here? I'm incredibly busy.
You don't look it. Who are you, anyway?
What a question. You're serious? I am Vincent Vanderpeer.
The famous movie director?
The artist, the visionary, the auteur. I'm a man of many talents.
Let's hope you have talent for answering my questions. That is valid. Is a very talented beard you've got there at least. I hope. I heard your work was going downhill recently.
That is a very talented beard you've got at least.
You're in my light. Could you take a few steps back, please?
But then I'd be too far away to talk to you.
I know.
Can anyone just walk in here and start filming?
I think that's right.
Vincent Vanderpeer only recently got permission from Richard Remington to film here in the swamp. I wonder if Mr. Vanderpeer has been breaking rules. Or maybe he'll have an excuse.
The challenge topic will not be available. Will now be available. Okay.
I heard this isn't the first time you've tried to film here.
Where? In the swamp? What are you talking about?
Remington has denied you the filming permission in the past.
Oh, that. Nothing but the natural process of being in a profession like mine. Every situation simply requires the right approach before the gears start turning smoothly. You understand, I'm sure.
Why did Remington not want you filming here? And why did he change his mind?
It wasn't even up to him. This area is protected, you know. There are certain rules, certain regulations. I encounter this kind of thing all the time, really.
That doesn't explain why he changed his tune. It's a little suspicious.
Why would you say that?
A famous movie director suddenly gets his way? I wonder how that happened. Time to use my notebook. Just drag an item onto the paper to draw the idea.
Would he give flowers to Wilmington? Will he give a photo of himself? He could have given a sword. He could have killed him, but I don't think that's likely. Most likely though, it's money.
Right, that's the one. I think you bribed Remington to get the filming rights.
Well, bribe is a strong word. It was just a little arrangement between friends. Nothing worth getting upset about. I simply promised him a cut of my next movie's profits. It made sense, since he owned the area anyway. Just a favor for a favor.
So you would have owed him money?
Only a small percentage, simply out of courtesy. And not for a long time, either.
Oh, yeah.
Where?
No. Whoops. Okay. Let's have a look at you. Yeah. You were trying to give him permission, but you
Not
weren't.
suspicious.
I don't find that as too suspicious.
Not suspicious.
That look. Tried to get phone permission, but wasn't given permission. It's suspicious.
What is
Let's
it?
see if
Some
I can get
evidence
any
from last
information
night's
about
murder?
it. Okay.
That's great.
No.
I'm sorry I have not seen that before. What is it? Some evidence from last night's murder? The famous director, and my friend.
Okay.
A prolific
friend.
cameraman.
That's fine.
With exceptional skills at carrying heavy equipment.
You should ask someone else. Try showing it to somebody different.
To you about. See if you have any. Oh, wait. I haven't talked to you. Haven't really talked to you
What's
anyway.
a famous guy like you doing in a place like this?
Quite. I'm sure you're thinking, why doesn't he send an assistant? But that's not the way this director works.
But what are you doing?
I'm feeling, I'm experiencing, I'm discovering. This area, the history, the atmosphere, it's the perfect setting for my next film. I'm on a scouting mission to get to know this swamp before I begin work on the latest masterpiece in a string of masterpieces.
You're making a movie about Boggy? About the swamp creature?
Of course. He's a fascinating individual, isn't he? So mysterious.
No idea. I haven't met him yet. Is that your cameraman over there?
Yes, that's right. Bobby Burl, my faithful right-hand man. Well, faithful enough, you know.
No, I don't know.
He's an expert cameraman. Really knows his trade, of course. But he gets a bit muddled when it comes to priorities.
Like how? You mean he's lazy? He doesn't look lazy. He looks a bit scary.
Oh no, nothing of the sort. He just has a little hobby that sometimes distracts him from his work. But I wouldn't want anyone else shooting for me.
Were you working yesterday? Here in the swamp, I mean?
Indeed I was working. Very hard indeed. Well into the night.
Hard work, is it? Getting to know the swamp?
You jest. But yesterday I was getting even more involved than usual, yes. Difficult to comprehend, I know.
So what kind of work were you doing?
Well, I was, unable to find my faithful cameraman last night. He had hidden himself quite completely from view.
Bobby Burl, right? Did you need him to film for you?
Always. But being a resourceful type of man, I stepped up and took on the responsibility myself. I was filming in this exact area, in fact.
You were filming? Last night? Here?
Yes, at the time of the murder, I believe. But wait, I know what you're thinking. Now, don't forget, I'm not here to shoot some experimental documentary. I have no interest in late-night surveillance footage.
Did you see anything at all? What is it you were filming?
The water. I was filming the water. It's a fascinating subject, one that has me captivated to the point where
you didn't see anything useful? Got excited there for a minute.
Nothing useful to you, my good detective, but there are some odd sounds on the audio track. Nothing but wild animals going about their nighttime rituals, I'm sure.
Is there something I should ask the cameraman?
I mean, Bobby Pearl. Bobby Burrell said that he was in the cafe. And what options do we have? Somebody or something told me that was one of the reasons. Doesn't explain why. Lied to me because. Somebody else was so useless. Was nowhere to be found, was the murderer. Came to the swamp in the first place. Vincent appeared lied to me because Bobby Pro one of these tears lying. The night sky wouldn't make any sense in any of those. Nor would a sense of dread, nor my lost hat. Nor Officer James, really? Way round these two go, though? I think it's this way. Phrasing of it. It's what I'm struggling with. Last night. Okay. At TDS, you're gonna have to play with me a little bit more. Way I'm reading it right now is Vincent van der Pierre lied to me because Bobby Brule was nowhere to be found last night. Yet. Bobby Burrow was somewhere to be found last night. Bobby Burrow was in the cafe.
Vincent van der Pierre lied to me because Bobby Burrell
I'm
was
not
nowhere
sure.
to be found last night. Ooh, that's nearly right.
Maybe it's the other way around. No. It wouldn't be because no one's made any mention of him. So maybe it's these two. And found a pair. Oh, hey.
Vincent van der Pierre
told me that
Bobby Burrell was nowhere to be found last night. Simple enough. What was Mr. Burrell doing last night that meant he couldn't help out his boss?
Okay.
If you want an autograph,
Let's just go have a look at
plain
what you
sheet
think
of
about the
paper
flippers.
will suffice, thank you.
Fair enough. Nothing too interesting. The exact time of the murder? Filmed by Vincent van der Pierre in the clearing of the west side of the Thrump near the crime scene. Okay. Well, let's go
heard from
talk to
Mr.
you.
van der Pierre over there that you were nowhere to be found last night.
Didn't I say I was at the cafe?
Yeah, you did. But your director needed you for some filming, and he couldn't find you. What were you doing that was so important?
Well, let's see. After I ate, I had a walk around the swamp. I didn't have my camera, so I was free to stretch my legs for once.
Where was your camera? Don't you carry it around with you all the time?
No, not all the time.
You left it with Van der Pierre, and he used it instead that night.
That's right, he was looking after that camera. So I went for a late-night stroll. This place is beautiful in the evenings.
You just walked around? You didn't do anything? Didn't see anyone?
Well, I can't say that. I have various ways to pass the time, you know.
Van der Pierre said you had a hobby on the side.
Is that what he said? Well, yes, he's right. I brought 2 cameras with me when I came here. I left my video camera, yes.
I'll give a
but
second
I have
camera.
another one. It's much smaller, and it only takes black and white photographs. You know the kind I mean?
A really old one?
Yes, I suppose so. I've always enjoyed traditional photography, and this place is a wonderful opportunity to take some pictures of a natural environment.
So, you were having some time off to take black and white photographs? For fun?
Only one photograph. You have to be disciplined when you're not using a digital camera.
Can I see it?
Of course. I took it near the woods at the back of the swamp. It's quite an interesting shot, but the light qualities weren't perfect. Here we are. Feel free to take a look.
Wait, what? This is a photo?
I haven't developed it yet. I only took it last night. Just brush the developing fluid over the photo to reveal the image.
Okay. That's a huge thing. That's
What?
a huge thing.
Is that Boggy? The swamp creature just standing in the water?
It could be. Personally, I'm not convinced, but I'll let you decide for yourself.
A blurry photo taken by Bobby Pearl shortly before the murder. It shows something that looks like Boggy in the woods at the back of the swamp. The being in the photo seems to have long legs.
I don't know if it's any use to you at all. I'll film again tonight and try to get a version without all those bizarre noises in the background. He's a talented man, that Burl. Sometimes I wonder if he'd be better off pursuing his photography full-time, you know.
Every time you presented it clearly. Do wish it wouldn't come back to this menu.
I don't really have time to be looking at items from your collection.
Fair enough.
You won't be getting very far discussing that with me.
Enough.
Try someone less important. If you want an autograph, a plain sheet of paper will suffice, thank you. Ah, yes.
Okay.
The reason
Let's
we're
see
all
what you
here,
say about
of
Boggy.
course.
Not me.
Isn't he your prime suspect?
Well, officially, yeah, but I mean...
What an amazing creature! No one has seen him for 60 years and he still manages to get accused of murder! Incredible! Now there's a man who could handle himself.
I'm not so sure.
Obviously,
Well,
no.
apart from yesterday. That was just a one-off, wasn't it?
For him, I think so, yes.
But kind of the biggest one off.
He's been working with me for a number of years. A real expert, of course. The world's premier director. The king of wit and whimsy. You met him? You're a lucky man.
This area is kind of empty.
Let's see. I've spoken to you about all of them.
Vincent's work, I see. I'm glad he knows how to use the camera at least.
What do you think all those noises are?
Well, judging by the time this was recorded, I'd be able to make a pretty good guess.
Aren't you gonna tell me what the guess is? Oh, wait. It's the murder.
Yes, that's my photograph, taken near the woods at the north end of Boggy's Bog. Have you tried looking there?
Not yet. I'm just talking to you about everything. Why is it going at soothe? Like, 3-4 frames a second. That's really weird.
There's less light back there. Those trees are getting thicker and thicker. I don't think it's a window, but this hatch is shut at the moment. I can't see inside. This side of the museum is surrounded by blue and red flowers.
Alright. I'm clicking the
It's a
plan
stepping
instead of
stone
the
path
window,
that goes past
but-
the museum and into the woods. So glad I'm wearing my best shoes today. It's a stepping stone path. So glad. There's less light. That's the logo for Boggy's Bog. So, I'm guessing this museum is an official part of the tourist attraction. I hope they don't charge an entrance fee.
I'm gonna see inside.
That museum is quite a nice building, which makes it look even more out of place in a swamp. Is it being held up in wooden supports? It's bizarre.
As far as I know why, that's not uncommon for some places. For swamp places. Places that don't have solid or a solid foundation. Although, primarily, my knowledge of that is based on movies and games.
The door's jammed unless I can get these brass handles out of the way. Seems like I can rotate them around, just until the gap in the middle is clear.
Puzzle. No.
That top hat guy would have so struggled with this one.
Oh, had I?
Books about Boggy and other mysterious creatures. I'll read them some other time. Models of Boggy's claws. Hold on. What's this? Something doesn't seem right here. I think I should try arranging these models into pairs. Something seems out of place.
Similar to that of a toad or frog. The skin would have had a number of some spots and patterns. TDS. The skin would have had a number of spots and patterns similar to that of a toad or frog. Teak, what the fuck? Why are you ignoring the same bit over and over and over again? To historical sketches. According to historical sketches, skin would have had a number of spots and patterns similar to that of a toad or a frog. Of the boggy swamp monster. I'm not sure why it's ignoring the first bit of what I'm saying. 3 prominent sharp claws, supposedly the primary weapon of the boggy swamp monster. Some early sketches even showed a small thumb. Yet, some of these seem to be more like clashy style, handmade thing. There's 3 types.
I don't think these gloves are part of the exhibit. It looks like someone tried to hide them here.
We found them. Good.
Things in jars. I don't like things in jars. Unless the thing is
I
marmalade.
don't mind things indoors.
This is a really cramped museum. Just one room, not worth the admission price. It's a poster from the old Boggy cartoon show. It says another story from Boggy's Bog, but actually, I think this is from the very first episode.
Yet, you gotta make it seem like it's a bigger thing to make. Get the word of mouth out.
It's a poster from the old Boggy playing the piano. He's having a grand old time. Boggy, It's a poster from Boggy. He's having a Swamp Studios, providing the best in swamp-based animated entertainment. Copyright MCM XXXIV. That would be 1930, 1934?
That's probably about right.
Swamps. This is a really some educational facts about swamps. Did you know swamps are gross? Yes, I did.
Gross. Also cool.
Apparently, this is the exact hat worn by the explorers 60 years ago. It seems everyone is destined to lose a hat or two in this damn swamp. I'd better take a look at this. This journal.
Oh, he's cute.
It's full of drawings and notes all about Boggy. It seems to be the centerpiece of the entire museum.
The centerpiece of a museum called Boggy's Bog is Boggy. Well, who would have thought? Journal recorded 60 years ago by the explorer who first visited the swamp. Sketches on the appearance of the swamp creature. The only record of Boggy existing. Doggy is shown with 3 small claws on each arm. Are always hidden in the water. Boggy's feet are always hidden in the water. There seems to be a page ripped from the back.
Let's see here.
That's...
This journal belonged to the explorer, who first discovered Boggy in this swamp 60 years ago. There's a little door in the wall here. I think it leads outside. It's locked, though.
I'm gonna guess we can open that at some point.
Let
But
me
fine.
guess, you don't work
Let's
here,
go
do
talk
you?
to this person.
I wonder if that makes you the first tourist I've seen today.
You're incorrect, Detective. I am no mere tourist.
How did you know I was a detective? Was it my stylish trench coat, my sensitive, inquisitive manner?
It was the clueless expression on your face.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's the one.
Right, that's it. You've done it now. What's your name?
I go by Folder. Agent Folder. What are you doing?
I am writing bad things about you in my notebook. I am drawing of your beautiful face. I am writing my diary. It's been a long day. I'm doing a drawing of your beautiful face.
Drawing of your beautiful face. So, if you're not a tourist, and you don't work here...
I am a scholar, an academic. I'm here to research the past and uncover the future.
So, you're visiting the museum. For fun.
Fun! Oh, there's nothing so simple as fun to be had here. I come to this museum night and day to study its secrets.
Ah, what kind of secrets? It's just a museum about Boggy, right? The swamp creature.
He's one of the most intriguing modern examples of cryptozoology, a fascinating combination of scientific fact and wild speculation.
I'm with you on the speculation front. Although, come to think of it, people have been hinting that I should find out about the history of this creature.
A wise suggestion. And you've come to the right person. My knowledge far exceeds anyone else you might have met so far.
So, you'll help me?
I suppose I could divulge some of my findings with you, if you're in the mood for a little light reading. Let me find it for you. Oh yeah, this'll do. Something for beginners at least.
I clean. A clue. Information about Boggy collected by Agent 4. Information about Boggy Swamp became a protected area after reports of hunting in the area. Bobby's appearance has changed from the original sketches, which is 3 claws on each arm. The modern character has a simple fin-like arms insert. Make him less threatening. No footprints are recorded in the journal, but some experts believe that information is out of there somewhere.
So, Mr. Folder.
Agent Folder.
Yeah, were you here yesterday? What were you doing last night?
I was here, in the museum, going through my files one final time before disappearing into the night.
Don't museums usually close in the evenings?
They do. I've never been one to worry about other people's schedules. I come and go as I please. There's a key to every lock, Detective.
Oh, so you have the key
So
to the
you have a
museum?
lockpick.
Of course I don't. Why would you think that?
Well,
Once again, that clueless expression. I use a lockpick and get in through the small
Suspicious.
side door. I have a right to be here, you see. Remington has no business locking me out, so I don't let him.
You just admitted to breaking the law. If everyone did that, my job would be a lot easier.
It's not my best lockpick. This new one's cheap. I used to own one, a superior model. Unfortunately, I misplaced it in one of the darker corners of the swamp, so I don't...
I'm writing down your confession
So it was
about
your
sneaking
lockpick.
around here at night.
Then what are you gonna do? Report me to Remington? Good luck, my friend.
I need to pick my questions carefully.
But that does just because we found his lockback doesn't mean he's the one who broke in. It could be. Someone else could have found the lockpick. Use that to break into his office and kill Remington. So I was given by. I found inside. I found near. I lost near. The lockpick I found near Remington's body might belong to Agent Folder.
The lockpick I found near Remington's body might belong to Agent Folder. As far as I know, Agent Folder is experienced with lockpicks. I wonder if he's hiding something. I have a bone to pick with you.
Are you setting yourself up for a joke? Something about a lockpick?
Maybe. Who knows? Stop distracting me. I'm trying to interrogate you.
My apologies, go ahead.
So, what are we showing Folder now?
The lockpick.
Where did I find this again? I found a lockpick at the scene of the crime.
Oh, apparently you did. Why does this concern me?
Locked doors? Pick and using it to open locked doors. Oh my god. TCS. Lockpick and using it to open locked doors. One more time. You already admitted to owning a lockpick and using it to open locked doors. It. And might know who dropped it. Why is it always skipping half of what I'm saying? You were at the Queen's, you were at the scene of the crime yesterday and might know who dropped it. Said Brummington always carried a lockpick with him? Think it's the first one.
You already admitted to owning one of these, and how you're ever so happy to come and go as you please with it, am I right? Be honest.
Luckily for me, Detective, I was honest with you. I believe I have already explained that second lockpick before you even found it.
Lost your lockpick in the swamp and had to buy a new one. Office yesterday. You left your lockpick by Remington's office yesterday. Or you let Remington borrow your lockpick before he died. Oh, hi, Yaldi. Dancing. Your whatever it's called. Beat savoring. How was that? Hopefully, it was good.
You lost your lockpick in the swamp and had to buy a new one.
That's right. I appreciate you finding it for me. However, I won't ask for it back. Apparently it has since become some diabolical instrument in the art of murder.
Yeah, it's an important piece of evidence.
You're dripping like a knackered fridge. Relax and recover.
The real swamp creature
What
had
else do we have
claws,
that we can share?
3 on each hand to be precise. Why does the costume just have these pathetic fins instead?
I do not know.
Guesswork. Nobody can know what Boggy's feet look like. It's his greatest secret. Something you found on the floor? Come back when I'm not so busy, alright? This file goes over some basic differences between the genuine creature and the cartoon character. It's nothing more than a basic overview, really.
But, yeah, this character is very much an anorak.
An important piece of the puzzle! This journal is a key to unlocking the history of this place. no interest in something like that. Obviously. Actually, this is a
You don't wanna
classic
see any of
example
this?
of a cryptid photograph.
What's a cryptid?
A creature unknown to science.
What's
Look at
encrypted
the
with
slight
you?
blurring in this photo, the murky exposure. It's perfect.
It's perfect because it can't really be used as evidence?
Now you're catching on. You're wasting your precious...
Yeah,
I've never seen that before, and I never want to see it again.
fair enough.
The man was a fool. That's all you need
What
to
do
know.
you think about Mr. Remington? So you might have killed him. But why do you dislike Miss Remington so much?
Are you asking about the cartoon character? Because I have no interest in such childish matters.
No, I think I'm asking about the actual creature. What's the difference anyway?
Everything! This person is of no interest to me whatsoever. If I cared about that person, I would know everything I need to know already.
Have a look at what everything you
Next
want to say
time,
about everyone.
Only show me something if it's important. Let's make that a rule.
I mean, he thinks he's important.
So,
Let's have a look at what we can think about you.
Not suspicious.
You spent a lot of time in the museum. That's not very suspicious. Having a deep interest in cryptozoology is. Maybe. I mean, having a deep interest in stuff isn't suspicious, but they. Having a lockpick that can be open locked doors is suspicious.
Not suspicious.
Not quite sure what the not suspicious thing is. Not sure how it relates to stuff. But I think we've looked at everything in here. And now the woods.
The rock path leading back towards the museum. It's like a little forest back here. It's like a little This staircase is a tree. And this tree is a staircase. And this place is so weird.
I thought I quite liked that.
I wouldn't be using this old rope bridge if I had a choice. I've seen the movies, I know what happens. It feels like I've stepped into nighttime. What happened to the sun?
You're in the swamp. That's what happened.
It feels like... Someone please tell me why there's a house here. Well, the lights are on. Maybe somebody's home.
Maybe this is the cafe.
The latch is broken on this door. Seems I can fix it with those 3 cogs if I just put them in the right place. Once they're on the right pins, I can move the handle at the bottom to try...
No. That didn't work. That did, though.
Perfect. I am amazing.
Down street, I am.
A little blanket on a little bed in a little house.
Wait. Did we just break into somebody's house?
It makes very little sense. There's a whole load of needles and wool on that shelf. Or should I say yarn?
No. It's a shelf.
I just don't know anymore. The tree comes straight through the middle of the house. It even has little drawers carved into it. Okay, even I'll admit, that's pretty cool. The owner of this house seems to enjoy reading. Though, I'm not sure what else there is to do up here, actually. I'm indoors. What a treat. This is like an oven? Or is it just a boiler? It's so old-fashioned it hurts my brain.
I quite like the... Why that's I quite like that little touch.
Check out that sunlight beaming through the window. It's so bright I should have brought my sunglasses. Check out that sun... A little blanket... It may... A little blanket...
Okay.
There's a book on the table.
Let's go talk to you.
How fascinating. I must take some time to read it.
You just walked straight into my house, did you?
Yep. Exactly. I had to climb up here first. I'm paid to walk into people's houses. Sorry. I would have rung the bell. First one, not exactly I had to climb up here first, feels more of an answer that he would give.
Not exactly. I had to climb up here first.
Normally, I have methods for dealing with unwanted attention, but I can make exceptions for harmless idiots.
Do you get any attention up here?
Most of the time, people like to leave me alone. But I don't think you're going to, are you?
No.
Not really.
I could make an excuse and say it's my job to ask you about last night, but to be honest, I climbed all the way up here and I just like being indoors.
Well, if you insist on staying, I'll tell you. I'm Lady
Thank you.
Waybridge, and I think you might be climbing up the wrong trees.
I'm Detective Grimoire, and I think I might agree with you.
Mrs. Whitebridge.
What do you do here? Did you work for Richard Remington?
I was living here before that man was even born. And I have absolutely nothing to do with him, or his little tourist attraction.
You're exaggerating. How long have you been here? Just in this treehouse? What do you do up here?
I've been here longer than anyone. Even longer than, well, anyone.
Buggy?
I like numbers.
60 years, something like that.
What have you been doing for that time? If you don't mind me asking.
I have many reasons to be here, but I won't bore you with all the details of my life.
I'm sure there's one detail worth writing down.
I like to study the plants and flowers in this area. I've learned many things from them.
What about this little chemistry set you've got on your table?
I wouldn't call it a chemistry set, but if you bring me an object that has liquid on it, or inside it, I'll tell you what that liquid consists of.
Wow, how do you do that?
Chemistry.
A page from Waybridge's book on pressed flowers. Contains information about all the flowers in the swamp and where they grow. Species only grow around the side door of the museum and can't be found anywhere else. So we do have an ad break coming up in about 5 minutes. Just take care of yourself. Make sure you're checking in with yourself. Maybe look at something off in the distance. And haven't done so yet. Yet. Go get a drink, get snacks, get some water. Maybe take your meds if you haven't done so and need to. Yet. I'm sorry about Addledy. I don't like them, but it's just once an hour. And it is. They do help the channel out. if you are willing to put up with them. I am very much appreciated. Obviously, I don't expect people to stay if they do not want to. They can go away for the 3 minutes. I don't mind. Or just leave. You know? It's your choice. I can't make you stay. Much appreciative, and, yet,
Your
happy
job
to have you
is
here.
to ask me about what happened last night.
Do you even know what happened last night?
I know more than you might imagine.
Oh, that sounds useful. Can you tell me? What were you doing?
I was here, in my house, by myself.
What else?
That's it.
Just like me.
Thanks. Just give me a minute to write all this down.
You don't seem to like Mr. Remington.
I have nothing good to say about that man, so I won't say anything at all. I'm not even sure who that is.
You're not sure who she bought. 60 years. And you're not sure who Boggy is.
You should ask someone else. A fascinating old woman who lives in a wonderful treehouse. I heard she
Okay.
wasn't so keen on visitors, though. Show it to someone who doesn't live in a tree. I'm not even sure who that is.
Fair enough. Oh, we have some stuff that's dripping and stuff, though.
Let's see. First thing we do is put the sample of liquid into the cauldron, then tap the faucet. And now, we just have to match the color of that liquid with these ingredients. That's...
Brat.
Come on, Grimoire, you're...
Oh. You have to add them both at the same time.
Come
Okay.
on.
My. Messing up with my colors? There we
Got
go.
it! Now I know what that liquid consists of. I'll write it down in my notes. Let's see. First thing we do is put the... and tap the
Find out what we find is the club. So.
And now...
So this is the same. Swamp water.
Got it! Now I know. I'll write it... that looks pretty similar to last time.
And I gotta see the last one is gonna be the
If you bring
same.
me something with liquid on it, I might be able to help you.
Obviously, didn't have any liquid
You
on
can
it.
put that away. I can't help you with it.
Anyway, we will be back. In 3 minutes. Okay. We should be back from our ad break. Thank you guys for sticking with that. Let's get back into the game. Yet.
They're samples of flowers that grow in this area. 2 of them you don't see very much anymore. And 1 of them only grows around the museum.
Okay. Why is that interesting?
This is a 60-year-old journal. It was on display in a museum.
I know what it is.
I thought you might.
You were suspicious.
No, thank you. If you bring me something
You
with
seem to
liquid
arrive at
on
the same
it,
time that
I
Boggy
might be
did.
able to help you. You can put that away. No, thank you.
Okay. So I've looked at everything with you. Yeah. That's suspicious. Having lived at this one for every 60 years. Can go back to the bridge. And then this way.
There's a wooden path built right into the shipwreck. The rope bridge leads up through those trees. Do they expect tourists to climb up there? It looks dangerous.
I'm gonna guess what's her name. Doesn't want tourists to go over there.
A shipwreck? In a swamp? Does that make any sense?
Let me.
And
I
why
don't
is
see
there
why
a
not.
cafe growing out of the side?
Where else is the Care Cafe Magic Row?
Predictably, a trash can. And I just can't resist taking a look inside. The glamorous life of a detective. My favorite part of the job. Maybe there's something underneath the trash in here.
Cola. Cans. Apple.
Hello, what's this? Just or something more sinister.
Looks like a plan for a costume.
Are we really talking about a
Interesting.
swamp creature here?
The costume design that was hidden inside. No. The costume design I found in the trash explains what. What are the alternatives? I brought with me. This proves what? Now the options are smells like is showing me was doing last night and ever existed. Like, the water there doesn't make sense. Disproves that something ever existed. Like, it would be, like. Burley's black and white photo disproves that the costume design ever existed. I can't, so I don't think it's that one. But that might just be me being pedantic. You didn't find any of these in your office. Like, the costume design you found in the trash explains what? More than. Swamp creature smells like. Was doing last night. That wouldn't explain what it smells like. No way it's showing you. I don't think that's right. I mean, unless it's this one end. Police black and white photo I brought with me disproves that. I mean, do they look different?
Earl's black and white photo I brought with me disproves what the costume design is showing me. No.
Okay. No. It's not that. That's not even close to what I should be looking at. Explains what? Oh, maybe it's that way
The
around.
costume design I found in the trash can explains what Earl's black and white photo is showing me. My detective's intuition is kicking in. That black and white photograph.
That was close.
I'm
Kinda.
not sure I'm looking at the real Boggy here, and I think these designs I found in the trash can might be the answer. I'll ask around, see if anybody knows anything about this. Oh, and I should start looking for the costume itself. If I can find that, there'll be some pretty impressive evidence.
Chapter 2, A Deadly Disguise.
I have something for
That's you again.
Another gift already. Where are you keeping all this stuff? You don't even have pockets in that dress.
I don't need a pocket to carry a key.
What key?
I don't know. You could try it on any door you like. Although, I recommend you try it on that office door.
Remington's office?
Mm-hmm.
Have I been given a key? Where is my backpack? So what part of me would just want to tie it on that office? I wonder if I can also use it on the door in the museum.
The tables and chairs are made out of parts of a ship, I think. Never really learned much about ships. Water everywhere, and not a drop to drink. Seriously, I'm not drinking that.
I mean, you could.
A shipwreck? And why is there a cafe growing out of the side?
Ah, yes. I heard they were sending somebody over. So you're Detective Grimoire.
At your service. Well, kind of. You're a suspect too.
Of course, of course. Feel free to be as suspicious as you like. I won't be offended. You can call me
good.
Harper.
How did you know my name?
I can only assume I must have read about one of your many exploits. But I think you'll find the swamp to be your greatest challenge.
What's so challenging about an old swamp?
The swamp itself has a history that has captured many imaginations, for better or for worse. My advice to you, look to the past. It could be the way forward.
I'm supposed to look to the past, right?
So something killed the swamp creature when found Boggy's bog, when was living in the swamp, when built the museum because Lady Waybridge was living in this swamp, when Boggy was discovered by the explorer. I can't remember if it was 20 or 6, I think it might have been 60.
Lady Waybridge was living in the swamp when Boggy was discovered by the explorers 60 years ago. Ooh, that's nearly... I'm starting to piece together the history
Lady
of this
Weybridge
place. Was living in the swamp
Maybe
when
it's 20.
Boggy was discovered by the explorer 20 years ago. What is that supposed to...
Okay. So no. It was the 60 years ago.
Lady
the
Weybridge
swamp
was
creature.
living in the swamp when the swamp creature was discovered by the explorer 60 years ago. Lady Weybridge. She was living here when Boggy was first discovered by the explorer.
See, I bought that earlier. I realized that. Be good if there's a way you could jump to those conclusions yourself and input them.
So,
That's
you
your
sit in
job.
this boat all day and sell food to people? To tourists, I guess?
Not just the tourists, but the employees too. To anyone who is hungry or thirsty. I know everyone's favorite foods.
What are they? Oh, and is this a real shipwreck? How did it get here?
I can't expose all the secrets of the swamp.
Is that suspicious?
I don't want to
or are
spoil
you just
your
good
fun.
at your job?
Is there a secret to this shipwreck?
No.
You just spoiled my fun.
You'll
So I
find
can't
out
tell if
there
you're-
are some secrets worth keeping when you've worked here as long as I have.
If you've got
Well,
white hair or
how
your
long
head
is
is just
that?
very bubbly.
I've worked in the swamp almost as long as Mr. Remington. We knew each other for a long time.
Really? So what was his favorite food?
Mr. Remington enjoyed a specialty only I can make. The bog dog. He ate one nearly every day. A real creature of habit, that one.
It looks like a hot dog.
It's similar, but I'm afraid I have to disappoint you. I'm not serving them today.
Why not?
Yesterday I found this strange green powder in my entire supply.
Guess I'm out of luck today. Well, thanks for the information. You've been a real big help.
Wait, take this with you. If you get thirsty, it's the most popular drink in Boggy's Bog. Swamp juice. Try it.
It looks like...
Tasty.
It looks... Well, I'll try some later on.
You're in luck. That's my last bottle. A lot of swamp juice has been disappearing from my stock recently. I can only assume I must have been selling them all.
Did something strange happen at the cafe yesterday?
So something was the reason that murdered the victim because victim was visited the cafe after left the cafe feeling ill after Richard Remington left at the cafe feeling ill after Harper sold to my dog Doc.
Richard Remington left the cafe feeling ill after Harper sold him a bog dog. Harper is basically in charge of all the food and drink here in Boggy's Bog. I'll have to ask him about this.
I was told Remington left the cafe looking ill last night. Since you seem to be completely in charge of all the food and drink around here, I'm afraid this is something I can't ignore.
He was an old man. His health wasn't perfect. But I'm not arguing with you. I think it is suspicious. What do you think caused it?
What do I think caused it?
Back. Green powder.
A bog dog he ate at the cafe gave him food poisoning.
I keep all my food locked in the storeroom when I'm not here.
So then,
You think he was poisoned?
why was it?
I think he
Weird.
was poisoned.
Poisoned by me?
I mean, I don't have any proof that you poisoned this food.
The storeroom was broken into with a lockpick.
A lockpick? I've never encountered a problem like this before. But since last night, am I in a position to doubt a claim like that?
Somebody knew that Remington would eat a bog dog. He ate one every day, right?
Do you suppose this explains the missing bottles of swamp juice as well?
Maybe.
Someone made a costume to look like the creature. They must have known it would get a reaction for sure. But I wonder if they planned things to go this far.
When you're finished theorizing, I was going to show you these sketches I found in a trash can right next to your cafe.
It does seem like someone was designing a costume. A disguise, perhaps.
I don't know.
Try to think why somebody would do such a thing.
I don't know.
What could they achieve with it?
I don't know.
Not yet. You're going to ask me about what I was doing last night.
I was going to.
Down straight.
Were you going to tell me anything?
I was working here at the cafe in the evening, and I had a couple customers. Eventually they all left and I locked up and went home.
Do you lock away everything at night?
That's
Not
suspicious.
everything, just the storeroom over there.
You mean that little door on the side of the ship? Is there anything else to lock?
I leave the chairs, tables, and trash can where they are. Lifting things like that is not a job for an old man.
Don't you have anyone to help you?
Mr. Remington liked to keep us down to his skeleton staff. There simply aren't many people who would choose to work in a place like this.
A skeleton staff? Well, that's convenient for him since...
Don't make that joke. I won't laugh.
Yeah. That's fair. That would have been in bad taste.
I don't know very much about them.
You don't know very much about yourself.
He was a friend for many years. If you have any questions about him or his belongings, I may be able to help you. You're prime suspect, am I correct?
Well, technically. But I'm not even sure he's real.
Don't worry about that. Real or not, the creature's the most important part of this mystery.
Which one? The cartoon character or the real creature?
Exactly. You have a lot of suspects on that list.
I do. I'm trying to narrow them down, but you're not making it any
I
easy.
don't know what to say. I don't know very much about them. You have a lot of suspects on that list. I don't know everything, I'm afraid. I can't help you with that one. Sorry. Why don't you show that to someone else?
I'm going down and showing it to everyone.
I don't know everything, I'm afraid. I can't help you with that one. Sorry. It was Mr. Remington's favorite food. That strange green powder isn't supposed to be there. Why don't you show that to someone else? It's the most popular drink that I sell. In fact, a lot of it has disappeared from my stocks recently.
I think we can go to the treehouse woman. Maybe use the swamp juice in her. Figuring out what is machine.
I don't know everything, I'm afraid. I can't help you with that one. Sorry.
I'm gonna say you can't help us with anything else, but I wanna try everything anyway.
I don't know everything, I'm afraid. He's dead, but he always knew what he was getting involved with.
What does that mean? Sold at the cafe in Boggy's Bog. Has the appearance of a strange liquid slime. Harper says a lot of swamp juice have disappeared from the stock recently. Let's see. Okay. We've got one more place. That we haven't been to yet anyway. Your headline.
There aren't many clues over here. Unless those trees are a clue. But I don't think so. There aren't many, but I'm not going to worry about how frail that wooden path looks. Nope. I'm not.
Good.
It's a humble gift shop wagon. Let's take a look. Boggy dolls, Boggy toys, Boggy postcards. Yeah, this stuff isn't half bad.
Yeah. It's all bad.
Boggy dolls. Boggy doll. A Boggy's Bog mug. Maybe I'll get one and surprise Officer James for Christmas. Boggy doll. A Boggy's... Maybe... What on earth?
Or
This-
have I?
It's some kind of roughly made costume head, I think. There's a strange piece
And they
of
were
red
hiding it here to
fabric
this.
stuffed inside.
Get rid of it.
2 clues for the price of 1, I guess. Bright, is there something? It's a map of the swamp. Mine seems a little older than this one, though. It's a framed drawing of Boggy. What a shame, it's not even signed. It's a photo of the swamp entrance. Or it could be a painting. There's really no way to tell, you know? Well, I wouldn't wear it. Maybe to sleep in, you know, not outside.
Bocce's hat. A child hat sold at a gift shop. Designed to look a little bit like Boggy.
I'm not going to worry about it. There aren't many clues, but I don't... It's a humble... Bright, is there?
No.
It's not...
Don't wanna.
Hey.
I wanna talk to you.
Sorry to interrupt. I can see that you're, hard at work.
You weren't here yesterday.
You're right. Oh, no. I only just arrived. I know. I was in my office yesterday. Did you miss me?
Did you miss me?
You're the detective, right?
I'm a detective.
So, that was your hat I saw blowing through here.
You spotted it too.
If you're good at your job, you may have realized that it's kind of dead around here. So, I generally notice magical floating detective hats. Oh, and don't worry. You'll
I
get
don't
it
know
without
if it's a
it.
magical app.
How do you know?
Oh, I have a good imagination.
Okay.
I didn't expect to see someone your age working in a place like this. But then again, I didn't expect there to be a place like this in a place like this.
I only started working here this year anyway. It's temporary. Just running the gift shop to earn a little extra money. Don't ask how I ended up here.
I'll save that question for a different day. You don't seem at home here exactly.
I hate it. This place is disgusting.
Come on, you don't think it's kind of beautiful?
You would say that. You only just got here. You'll get sick of it.
If I wasn't here, I'd be stuck in my office doing paperwork.
At least at your office, you don't have to bring spare clothes every day. It's impossible to leave this place without being covered in dirt.
Challenge accepted.
What were you doing last night?
Free from your busy schedule, I need to ask you about last night.
I know, but it won't help. I worked here during the day, then left my gift shop and went home in the evening. Same as every day.
You just leave your gift shop here when you go?
No, I put it in my pocket.
Yeah, seriously though, as much as I appreciate sarcasm, I think I'd get into trouble if I wrote something like that down in my notes.
Well, look, you've noticed the gift shop has wheels and you're thinking, oh, she's pretty lazy to leave it lying around. But if you want to try pushing this thing through the swamp, be my guest. And I can't lock
Okay.
it up, so I just leave it here overnight. Nobody's ever stolen any of this lousy merchandise anyway. I even left my spare clothes here when I went home last night.
You left them here? By the gift shop?
Yeah, it's no big deal. They were all still here this morning. Kind of.
Kind of?
I think someone played a stupid joke, and my spare black leggings were covered in some disgusting swamp slime when I found them in the bag this morning. If you're going
That's
to take
suspicious.
my clothes and mess them up, then just keep them. I don't want them back. You know what I mean?
I absolutely do.
Back leggings. A pair of Sally's black leggings. Sally says someone played a joke on her since they are covered in a strange liquid slime. Bag and left to the bag. In the swamp last night.
I have a theory that the murderer was wearing a costume. A homemade outfit designed to look like the swamp creature.
I've never seen anything so ridiculous. You'd never see me in that.
I know it's not exactly the latest fashion, but...
No, you'd never see me in that. It would cover me up entirely.
That's the point of a disguise?
Look, detective. When you have legs like mine, you don't want to be wearing disguises.
Is that why you always wear those black leggings?
You've only just met me and you're making assumptions about what I always wear.
And making assumptions is the fun part of being a detective.
Well, you're right.
Exactly.
I always wear these.
So what do you think about Mr. Remington? Sure what the symbols here mean? XR, I remember seeing them on the previous person we spoke to, Harper. But they didn't seem to change anyhow their response was.
He made sure I always got paid, so I can't say anything bad about him.
You can if you like. He won't hear you.
You should have more respect for the dead.
I know.
At least you're honest about it.
I think the cartoon character is kind of dumb.
What about the real creature?
I've never met him.
Me neither.
I really don't know what to tell you.
So there was nothing about you. And you've got a golden lock.
Is that one of the other suspects? They're more suspicious than me. Let's agree on that.
The Eurolock is different. And you said nothing. Unless that's an indication of stuff I can do.
Is that your new friend? Sweet. I really don't know what to tell you.
You really don't have any information by any of these people.
Is that one of the other suspects? They're more suspicious than me. Let's agree on that.
Don't know. You're not entirely unsuspicious.
I don't know why she still works here, to be honest. One murder is one murder too many.
I have no idea what that is. They're mine, but I left them here last night. Now they're covered in slime, and I don't want to go near them.
What? Did you wear them and are pretending that?
Where are you keeping all this stuff? In your pockets?
What else am about to keep it?
That is not something from my gift shop. I've never seen it before. I can draw way better than that.
Can you show me?
There's no time. Maybe in the sequel.
Unfortunately, I don't think you were there in the sequel.
Is that one of your clues? It's nice. You can put it away now. I have no idea what that is. Where are you keeping all this stuff? In your pockets?
Be keeping a hot dog in my pocket.
Is that one of your clues? It's nice. I have no idea. Where are you? These hats look pretty stupid. Luckily, kids seem to like stupid stuff.
You sell a lot of them?
Yeah, they're pretty popular.
Okay.
Is that one of your clues? I have...
Okay. Nothing else information.
Yes, I think so.
Mm-hmm. The water is really clear back there. The legs of this thing are reflected in the bottom half of the photo. It's a nice shot, actually.
A reflection?
Have black leggings?
Oh, yeah, of course. A reflection in the water.
Where are you Is that one of your clues?
Still one more. Person I haven't found yet. Sammy Spears, gift shop girl. She only began working in the swamp this year. Thinks the swamp is disgusting. Leggings. And it has long legs. Often bring a spare clothes to the swamp. Does not lock away her belongings in the evening. And was unable to lock her gift shop in the evening.
Not suspicious.
I mean, that's not entirely suspicious.
Not suspicious.
But why would you dislike? Unless someone is setting you up. Alright. We have anywhere else that we can go? No. We've been to Errol. There's one I think that would be. That would be the office. We haven't been able to get to. Nothing else has changed here. Oh. Hello.
You've arrived at a bad time, my friend. For once, they don't actually want tourists walking around this place.
I always arrive at a bad time. It's what I do. I'm a detective, not a tourist.
My apologies. It's just, you have the same wide-eyed expression as the kids that come here. Running around, spending their parents' money, you know.
Well, it's not every day I visit a swamp full of such unique specimens.
It's no problem. You're just thinking what we all thought when we arrived for the first time.
Why didn't they put in a bathroom?
No, you're thinking, this place is beautiful. What a lucky man I am to be here.
I am I? Well, if you say so.
Edward Everstone, at your service.
That's a pretty cool name. Can I call you Ed?
You don't need to. Everyone just calls me Echo.
Why? Because it gives you elevated terms of purpose. Why? Because you're a good swimmer. Why? Because you bounce right through the wall. Oh.
Why? Because you're a good swimmer?
Because you're a good sir.
What? No. Because I always come back. Again and again, until my job is done.
Does a job? Doesn't Echo have a job?
You're protesting, right?
I certainly am. And now that you're here, I'm getting you involved.
What does that mean? Yeah,
okay.
I haven't got time to hold up signs for you. I'm sorry.
You simply have to hear my message and take it with you.
Go ahead. I'm all ears. Plus, I have a little notebook.
What was the first thing you felt when you saw the sign for Boggy's Bog looming over you?
Well, I thought it was...
Not thought. Felt.
I felt... Well, something seemed wrong. There wouldn't be a tourist attraction in the middle of a swamp like this. There shouldn't be.
My job is done. Clearly your brain is working perfectly, Detective.
So you're against the tourist attraction? Yeah, let's see. You'd rather this area was kept as a natural habitat, right?
Right again. And that precise word, habitat. First and foremost, I'm protesting for animal rights.
Well, okay, I'm following you, but it's not like they're cutting down trees or anything like that, right?
All animals deserve the right to live in peace, and I promise you, on a normal day, this place is far from peaceful.
Are you talking about the swamp creature? About Boggy?
A creature like that. He's earned the right to be left alone. We're fools to invite ourselves into his home like this on a daily basis, assuming he's not going to mind. Assuming he'll keep to himself and let us walk around with his face on our t-shirts.
Well, I agree. I think he should be left alone. But like you said, he can probably handle himself. And if no one has even seen him in 60 years, I don't really see the problem.
Unlike you, Detective, I never had an academic calling in life. I was never even a talented artist or musician or anything. So instead, I made the decision to stand up for those who were getting a raw deal.
So you want to have that artist? So you want a talented artist? You could have drawn that bad. Costume design.
You come here every day.
Yes, I do.
Well, I'm only going to ask you about one of those days. What were you doing yesterday evening?
I was here at my protest spot until fairly late. Then I went to get something to eat at Harper's Cafe before
Wait, you ate at the cafe here? Doesn't supporting the tourist attraction like that kind of go against your protest?
A man has to eat, doesn't he? I don't think the meager contributions of one person are going to keep this place afloat. Especially now.
And you're sleeping here? Doesn't it get cold at night?
Well, I came prepared, of course. I usually find myself with 1 or 2 extra layers to wear. Most of this bulk is padding, I promise you.
I'm sure it is. So you stayed here the whole night?
That's right. And I admit I may have heard some stranger than usual sounds floating around the swamp last night.
What kind of sounds?
It's impossible to say. This place fills with the most terrifying sounds at night. Hundreds of animals, some tiny, some much larger, awaken and make their own protests. Every night until the sun rises in the morning.
Insects make noises at night. Okay, I've written it down. What can you tell me about these designs for a costume? A Boggy costume.
It's Boggy! I must admit, I've been a fan of his before I ever came to the swamp.
A fan? So you're interested in cryptozoology?
Oh, no, I meant, well, Boggy has been in all kinds of cartoons and comic strips. He's one of the greatest characters of the last 100 years. I've got some comics in my tent. You really should see.
But he was
you
only
didn't seem
discovered
surprised when I showed you the design.
Ago.
Oh,
so.
That's true. Well, I rounded up.
But what about his costume? Have you seen anyone wearing it?
I can honestly say I've never seen anyone wearing anything like that. And I'm a very observant person.
Was that because you were the one wearing it?
A man who has sacrificed luxuries to protect those who need protecting. Pretty good beard, too.
Alright. That is a pretty good beard. I do
You're
admit.
wasting your time with that one. He seems like a good person. He even sympathizes with my cause.
He agrees with your protest? But he works here, right? And he was friends with Remington.
I think that was the only reason he worked here. Maybe he'll see the light now and leave the swamp behind him. Maybe everyone will. I have nothing to say about them. You're asking
Not
the
helpful.
wrong person. You're wasting your time with that one. The murder victim.
Since last night, yeah. But he was the owner of Boggy's Bog. Did you know him?
Not personally. To be honest, I'm quite glad about it.
Boggy is my prime suspect, you know. The creature you're trying to protect.
Protect is the wrong word. If your suspicions were correct, we could both agree he's a creature that doesn't need protecting.
You think he might be the murderer?
I think he's a wild animal, and he wants to be left alone at any cost. Ah yes, Agent Folder. A good man.
Oh, you know of him?
We get on rather well, and we shared a number of views on the way things were run around here.
Okay. Let's have a look at what you have to say about our clues. Haven't found everything. We found most of it.
I'm afraid
though.
I have no idea. Show it to somebody else. No thanks, my friend. I'm afraid I have no idea. Show it to some... No thanks, my friend. I'm afraid...
Okay. Nothing too interesting so far.
No thanks. I'm afraid... Show it. No thanks. This is the journal, correct? The one that man left here 60 years ago?
You seem a little unsure of the details. Shouldn't you have read up on all this stuff?
Forgive me. It's hard for me to get the image of Boggy as the lovable cartoon character out of my mind. He's just so iconic. Did you know, in 1973, he...
But you're protesting to protect the real swamp creature. The cartoon character is just some commercial byproduct, right?
Yes, of course.
That's an interesting way of thinking about it.
I'm afraid I have... Show it to... No thanks, I'm afraid...
So you seem to only care about the Boggy character. Alright. That's... Go. And have a look.
Hey. Yeah, I have a pretty good view of him from here. Anyone supporting animal rights is okay in my book. His protest used to have a bit more energy, though. He spends more time inside his tent these days.
What's he doing in there?
I'm happy to say, I don't know.
There might be something I can ask Echo about.
X has recently acquired. Has never spoken to. Spends more time holding. Spent less time holding. Why? Because he's so terrified? Because to eat it. And spends less time in his tent. And spends more time his tent. Spoken to Sally Spears. And runs to eat it. Has recently acquired. What could you ask Echo about? Sally Spears has recently acquired the gift shop. Given that some of the questions are about his, all of them except that Anne plans to eat it. I would assume it's about Echo. Or Harper, but... And hard perp doesn't really make sense. Or... Could be he has never spoken to Sally Spears. Because he's so terrified.
Echo has never spoken to Sally Spears because he's so terrified. I don't get it. Seriously.
And that was a try. I figured it's a process sign, but... And more time in his tent.
Echo spends less time holding the protest sign and more time in his tent. I wonder if Echo can tell me what he's been doing that's more important than his protest.
And then we're giving you everything. Crossroad. No. Protest.
I heard you've been spending less time protesting recently and more time, in your tent. Normally I wouldn't pry, but it's my job to ask...
Untouched people have even noticed something like that. I usually get the impression everyone else is doing their best to ignore me.
So, you admit it's true?
You can put your notebook away. There isn't really any reason for it. Nothing worth writing down, at least.
Well, if it's not worth writing down, maybe it's worth hearing.
In that case, you'd forget it.
How do you know? Maybe it would echo in my mind.
Look, if you take a guess
Funny
and get
joke.
it right, I promise not to deny it.
Let's work out why Echo was hidden away in his tent. Notebook time.
You're scared? That might make sense. You're avoiding the tax man? You're scared of ghosts. Or because it's raining. I don't think it's raining. I don't think that. Boggy doesn't, I feel. Doesn't make sense. Because he seems to like Boggy. Character, so I'm not entirely sure. Attack man could also make sense, but of that, I haven't seen any. None of these make sense. I haven't seen any references to them in the rest of the game. So that one kind of the only one that seems to tie
You've
into
been in
anything
your
else.
tent, hiding from Boggy.
Why not?
And more.
I want to say a
Normally,
fifth one.
I'm touched. I usually.
So,
You can. Nothing.
well,
In that.
notebook time.
Hiding.
You've been
Because of the
hiding in your
taxman?
tent from the tax man.
Why not? I usually.
Okay,
So,
so, no, that's not it
Well.
either.
how do you?
Look.
Let's work out notebook time.
That you're scared of.
You've been hiding in your tent because the swamp is haunted.
Why not?
Let's work out notebook. You've been in your tent because it's been raining.
Why not?
You've replied to all of them the same.
No.
No.
Well,
In
howdy. Notebook time. You.
Yet. It's no idea. And this is another reason why we haven't figured that out yet. I've shown you everything we've got. And I've spoken to you about everything. What about you?
I don't know what to say.
It's here a lot. I think he's been putting less effort into his protests recently, which is a shame. I think it's an admirable cause.
Do you talk to him much?
Not really. Sometimes he likes to talk, just casual conversation. He asks how business is going and what everyone likes to eat, nothing of real importance.
We've got a few more things that we haven't had.
Why don't you
Before.
show that to someone else? I don't know everything, I'm afraid. I can't help.
Unfortunately.
That's the same fabric from Mr. Remington's curtains.
I was told. Since.
Oops. I've already done that. Anything at the bridge? No.
I found these designs for a Boggy costume. Do you know anything about them?
You're asking me because you can tell I'm experienced with needlecraft and sew my own clothes?
Of course,
No,
100%.
but that's a good reason. Let's go with that.
Well, these designs look like they should have stayed where they were.
In the trash?
On paper.
Oh, how come?
Whoever drew them didn't really know what they were doing.
You would have done it differently?
Of course. I am a seamstress. There was a time when I considered sewing my craft, my livelihood.
Really?
When Richard Remington arrived in the swamp years ago, I offered him some of my handmade fabric as a peace offering. I don't think he cared much for it. Most likely he threw it away. A pointless gift from some strange woman.
I don't think he did. I think he's probably still got it in his office.
You should ask someone else. Show it to someone who doesn't. I'm not even sure who that is.
Fair enough. Let's see.
Let's see. First thing we do is put the sample of liquid, then tap the And now...
Same as the other ones.
Got it! Now I know what that liquid consists of. I'll write it down in my notes. Was that the same as last time? This was the exact same liquid.
No, thank you.
Okay, let's see what we have to say about the things.
If you bring me something with liquid on...
Let's see. First thing, then tap the
Is it gonna be the exact same?
And now... Got it! Now I know what the... I'll write it down in my... What's going on here? That was definitely the same as the other tests.
You can put that away. I can't help you with it.
But you're a seamstress. You can't tell me anything
no,
about
thank you.
it.
If you bring...
Spoken to you about everything and everyone.
Aha!
Hello.
The great
You're here.
detective returns. Did you run out of ideas? Need a little push in the right direction?
Not really. I'm getting a new idea. It involves ignoring you. No need to push me. But the direction would help. You're the one who needs a little push.
You're the one who needs a little push.
Like it or not, I'm here to help you.
I get it. You give me a map, then you magically disappear and hide behind a tree for an hour. You want me to be impressed?
Did you talk to all the suspects yet?
I'm working on it. You can't
Not
rush
all of
these
them
things,
about
you
everything.
know?
Have you noticed anything unusual?
I notice that this is going to take longer than I originally planned, and I'm getting the feeling that I wasn't wrong about this tourist attraction.
What do you mean?
I had a hard time believing there could be a place like this here in a dark corner of a swamp. It didn't make sense, and it still doesn't.
Some things don't make sense straight away. You need to look a little closer.
At what? The mud? The water? The trees?
Nope. They've been here for years, and they're not to blame. They belong here.
She's gone again. Hiding in a bush, no doubt. I wonder if she'll ever tell me something I can actually understand.
Wait, we do have an hand break coming up in the next couple of minutes. An end break. An end break. An ad break. There we go. We will again pause the game for the 3 minutes that they are on. Good time to, you know, get a drink, get a snack, take your meds if you haven't done so yet.
I found these designs for a Boggy costume.
Oh, some ridiculous new merchandise for tourists to waste their money on.
No, I believe the murderer was dressed like this last night when they attacked Remington.
If they were trying to scare him out of the swamp, they should have spent more time making an accurate design.
So if you are willing to stick around for the ads,
Well, this
it is
design
very
is
much
some
appreciated.
bizarre hybrid between the real creature and the cartoon character. It simply hasn't been researched properly.
What's wrong with it?
Well, those flippers? Pure guesswork. Nothing but foolish imagination. Nobody knows what Boggy's feet look like. No footprint has ever been recorded.
So tell me, Special Agent Folder, how would you do a better job researching it if nothing has ever been recorded?
Oh, well, that's, it's all a matter of taking the time to... It's just that there's no way anyone would believe nothing but foolishness.
Okay. Oh, we can talk a lot about people.
If I cared about that person, I would know everything I need to know already. Next time, only show me something if it's important. Let's make that a rule.
Seem to know you've spoken about Echo as if you two were friends.
This person is of no interest to me whatsoever. You're wasting your precious time, Detective.
Do things I think aren't going to be anything until the ad break.
I've never seen that before, and I never want to see it again. I have no interest in something like that. Obviously.
For some reason, Touch Portal is no longer connecting, so that's gonna be fun.
This design is some bizarre hybrid between the real creature and the cartoon character. This is just a piece of junk they sell to tourists. It has no resemblance to the real creature.
So give me a second to stop the ad break. There we go. Let's see why TouchPort isn't working. Should be back from our ad break. Thank you guys for putting up with that. I think I got Touch Portal working again. So let's have a look. There we go. There. See what other clues do we have that you can talk about.
You're wasting your precious time, Detective.
Oh, okay. I thought you would have had something to say about that.
I've never seen that before, and I never want to see it again. I have no interest in something like that. Obviously.
Okay. So nothing at all.
Oh yes, I know him. He occasionally asks me about the history and biology of the swamp creature. I explained to him what the real Boggy looks like and how they changed his appearance for the cartoon character.
Why did he ask about that?
Because some people are naturally curious. You should give it a try sometime.
Okay.
What can you tell me about these designs for a Boggy costume?
Nothing whatsoever.
You're sure you didn't see anything like this while you were filming yesterday? Wait, hold on a minute. What if
Don't you dare ask.
This costume isn't your doing, is it? Made for your movie, I mean?
My friend, there will be no costumed idiots within the viewfinder of my camera. I can assure you that.
What about your Boggy movie? Isn't that gonna be, like, a guy in a costume, or a puppet, or one of those weird robot things?
Technology has been kind to people like me. We no longer have any need for such tomfoolery. I can create a perfectly believable swamp creature within the confines of a computer. Much cheaper, too.
Not usually, honestly.
You won't be getting very far discussing that with me. Try someone less important. If you want an autograph,
okay.
a plain...
Let's go through the clues.
I don't really have time to be looking at... You won't be getting If you want an autograph...
Okay, nothing too important. Still missing some of the quarantine information, but presumably that will be in the office. Crime scene information. There's also something here.
I don't really have time. You won't be getting... If you want an auto... I don't really... You won't be getting... If you want...
Yeah. Okay. Nothing too information in regards to you about everything.
I'm a busy man, and this doesn't look like it's worth my time. I simply don't have time to help you with this. You want me
Fair
to
enough.
sign a photograph for you?
No.
I'm a busy man.
I found these designs for a costume, a Boggy costume.
Aha, the legendary swamp creature.
Yeah, that's the one.
But these are just a child's drawings, are they not?
You think?
Perhaps. It's difficult to tell. I'm sorry I have not seen that before.
I just showed you it.
What is it?
So.
Some evidence from last night's murder? That's great. I'm sorry I have... What is it? Some
Oops.
evidence from last night's
I've shown you that before.
I'm sorry I have not seen that. That's the food I saw Mr. Remington eating at the cafe last night.
Before he got ill and rushed back to his office?
That's right.
This is going down in my notebook. It might be important.
What is it? Some evidence? That's great. I'm sorry I have... What is it? Some evidence?
Let's see who we can talk to about everything else.
Try showing it to somebody different. I really don't have an opinion. You should ask someone else. Try showing it to...
Okay, we found everything we can talk to about that.
Even though I have the key, this might not be as simple as I'd hoped. This door has 2 keyholes. So, which key should I use in each one?
That looks like it's that one. Well, that's not spooky at all.
It's a sharp metal poker for a fireplace, hidden in the shadows. Something about those 3 prongs. I feel like I just stumbled across an incredibly important piece of evidence.
Fireplace poker. A fireplace poker hidden in Remington's office. It has 3 small prongs on the end. There was a small amount of dried blood on the tips of prongs, covered in a liquid strange slime. The 3 prongs make up with Remington's wounds. Could this be the murder weapon? I wish you look at my clears. I really should have looked at my clothes.
An old hunting rifle,
Clues.
discarded carelessly near the window. This isn't the kind of thing I can ignore.
Hunting rifle. An old-fashioned hunting rifle found discarded on the floor in Remington's office.
This is the creepiest office I've ever been in. Remington's desk is covered in drawings and maps and notes. It's all about Boggy. He was obsessed. An ink bottle was spilled into his work. I'm sure he didn't do that on purpose.
Or
Yeesh,
did he?
It's a bit of a mess. Perhaps there's something underneath those drawings. It's a note addressed to Richard Remington. The handwriting is immaculate. Richard, our man of the world. A little help is in order. We're worried that the efforts regarding our elusive little friend might be in vain. Send word when you can. The letter is signed FF. And attached is a blurry little picture. It's some kind of metallic insect. The whole thing is a mystery. I have no idea. Vincent Vanderpeer's business card. There's a couple of numbers scribbled on the back. It's a letter before some. My dear fellow, I received your note 2 weeks ago, but have only recently found the time to do the appropriate research on the matter. I feel like my time in this awful swamp might finally come to a close. All due to the simple realization... the rest is obscured. What a tease.
Protecting this creature. The animal rights activist isn't trying to hide or help Boggy at all.
These animals... They're all... They're not... I don't recognize any of them. Photos and paintings line the wall above the fireplace, but one of the frames is empty. Wait a second. What are these pieces on the floor underneath it? This photo is ripped, but it looks important. If I can piece it together again, maybe it'll reveal a secret.
So you were part of a hunting club? It's you. Because I'm a little bit better job whipping it up. There we go.
This photograph, it's a young Remington, and then some other men I don't know. They're all holding rifles. Maybe I can ask Harper about it.
Hunting photograph. First Order of the Cryptozoological Hunters. Headquarters 16-1963. A group. A group photo of a hunting club. A younger Remington stands among friends. They're all holding rifles.
Have I uncovered a secret in here?
Something shouldn't be the reason. Explains why. Disproves that. It's historical evidence that. I think photo is historical evidence that. Something was found at the crime scene. Belonged to a secret society. Was a ghost. Murdered the victim. I think. That was a... maybe.
The hunting photo is historical evidence that Richard Remington belonged to a secret society. I'm getting a strong feeling that Remington might be the bad guy in this story. If he wasn't already dead, I would have loved to ask him a couple of questions. I should ask around, see if I can gather any information about his motives for being here.
Chapter 3. Which of Remington's real reasons?
No. These animals... This is the creepiest... The open window looks over the wooden planks outside. Oh, and on one side, a part of the curtain has been ripped off. This is the I don't know what's in that jar. I'm gonna stop looking at it.
Find here.
This is the creepiest... Remington's... It's all about... An ink bottle. Yeesh. Perhaps...
I think I found everything there.
I don't...
Let's have a look at the other stuff. Working at Swamp this year. Thinks this one is disgusting. Does she have long?
Not suspicious.
Is that suspicious? She always wears black leggings. Could be suspicious.
Not suspicious.
I mean, none of this seems that suspicious, but on its own.
Not suspicious.
I mean, if he's the only one who knows what everyone is eating, he's gotta know what everyone's favorite foods are. So that's not too suspicious.
Not suspicious.
Swamp juice. That seems fine. Selling a drink, don't know, a swamp juice while you're in a swamp-themed area. Discussing everyone's favorite foods with Echo is a bit weird, but
not suspicious.
Locking up when you leave, that's not too suspicious. If you've known Remington for many years, you might be aware of the hunting club. Filming at the exact time of the murder, it's suspicious. Not really suspicious.
Not suspicious.
That is something that feels like it could happen. Researching locations for a movie about Boggy.
Not suspicious.
No. That seems to be fine. I mean, he said he went for a walk that also.
Not suspicious.
Nothing wrong with having a passionate hobby on the side. But did you do anything to make him?
Not suspicious.
So,
not suspicious.
You living in the woods for over 60 years. I mean, everyone has reasons to hate everyone. So far, Echo and Lady Weybridge are the two most suspicious people. So look at these. Nothing new really that we found. And no footprints. Some information. Swamp is a mixture of sugar, green food coloring, and carbonated water. There's still some more information we have to find out about the swamp produce, though. Similarly, nothing about the rifle. Hopefully, we can find more about that. Gave to Remington at the PF offering when he arrived. Weybridge says this is a handmade fabric she gave to Remington as peace offering when he arrived. Sorry. Okay. So the mixture is the same stuff that's in the swamp. Shoes. I think we've looked at everything more or less. These notes on the places. So we still need to find out more information about the museum. And the woods. Let's go to the woods. Map. Woods.
The water's clear here. I can see my reflection in it. Not bad. The water's clear. Not bad. The rock path. This staircase is and this and the water's not. It's like a little. This stair and this the water's not bad.
Have you found information here? One more thing that we need to see here.
It's like a little. The water's clear. Not bad. The rock path. The rock path. The rock path leading back towards the.
But maybe I'll come later.
Not bad.
Still more in the office as well. Swamp. Dock. Haven't found all the information on the protest. So let's go there.
These flower petals seem a little out of place. A rather prominent tree stump looming over the wooden pathway. It's hard to ignore. Looks like this path leads to... I can't... A rather prominent tree stump. I'm impressed someone managed to pitch a tent here. And I'm impressed someone would want to. It's a color piece.
Okay. So this would probably be the year. Can't remember what it was. 1960.
It's a cut piece.
Let's see if I can get my clues. Get my notes. So anything that says the year. Nothing I can see. Still missing one. Bit of info.
Looks like this path leads to... Looks like this... Looks like... I'm impressed, and It's a...
So, presumably, whatever he's find will be in there.
So, what did Mr. Remington think of you? I mean, protesting in the middle of a swamp every day.
It wasn't his swamp. If he ever truly thought it was, then he was even more of a fool than he seemed.
But he didn't like you hanging around, right?
That man was exceptionally skilled at ignoring me. Ignoring anything he didn't like.
So, what? He just left you alone?
He expected me to get bored and go home. He figured I'd get sick of this place and he'd have it back to himself.
But he didn't want it to himself, did he? He wanted lots of people to come visit all the time, surely.
I'm sure it says that in the brochure. Yes.
But you're hunting this bug.
What?
You're not a bad detective.
Well, I found the photo in Remington's office. It was ripped up, though. I think he was some kind
He
of...
was a lot of things. Don't lose that picture. And show it to Mr. Harper before you leave.
I was going to, but I came to you
Why are you
first.
carrying that around with you?
I have a suspicion it may have been the murder weapon.
Really? I thought Remington was attacked by something with claws, wasn't he?
It has. With 3 gashes. And 3 prongs, so that makes sense.
Show it to somebody else.
Okay. And where's that clue? This one. 1963.
I'm impressed, and he's...
No.
Your protest.
I certainly... And now that you're here...
What is that?
See if there's anything you say anything.
You say...
Go ahead. Plus...
What? When you... Look...
Was... They're
Just gonna quickly skip through this just to see.
First...
It's...
And...
Are you...
He... Will... Assume... From the...
Well, I think... And if no one... You come here...
Yes?
Well, I... Would we...
I would...
Wait. Go.
I don't think... This...
Is there any...
That's right. And...
Date? I don't remember who'd say anything about a date.
Okay. So what did...
Ignoring... Yeah.
He didn't say anything about that.
He wanted lots...
I know. So maybe it'll say something else. Somewhere else. Museum.
There's a little door. This is a real Apparently the museum was founded by the explorer many years ago, in a different location. It's only recently been moved here to be part of the tourist attraction. That might explain why it looks so out of place.
Okay. So that's why I missed that.
What can you tell me about your relationship with Richard Remington?
We didn't really have one, and now we definitely don't have one. But look, all I can say is that he was a coward who enjoyed watering down history for his own benefit.
What does that mean?
It means there are some chapters of this swamp's history that he never wanted anyone to know about.
Did he like you sniffing around this museum all the time?
I don't think he knew, to be honest. And even if he did, there's nothing he could have done about it. He has no right to this building. He knows that. We both know that.
Why not? It was part of his tourist attraction, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't. So, you found it. I wonder who else knows about it. I have no interest in something like that. You're wasting your precious time.
So you're done? The woods. I had a look right now. I couldn't see anything obvious. Go back to the cafe.
Water seriously. Predictably, a trash can. The glam.
Is there anything else? No.
Grass, tree. Grass. There's a little locked door. I think it's part of the cafe.
Okay. There was that, though.
You said you knew Remington?
He and I knew each other for a long time. I came to work at his tourist attraction in the early days, when he needed help.
Well, what kept you here?
I know most people wouldn't want to work in a place like this. I actually like it here, so I was happy to oblige.
You might like it, but I still don't see why anyone would build a tourist attraction here.
Mr. Remington has his reasons. He probably had several. I don't presume to know what they all were. Even though we were friends, he had some secrets, some hobbies, that I was happy to let him keep secret.
Secrets? Hobbies? A secret hobby?
He was a man with a dream, I can tell you that much.
Okay.
One of Mr. Remington's secrets, I never wanted to know the details, but these men travel the world, seeking mysterious animals to hunt. They consider myths and legends to be the ultimate prey. It's Mr. Remington's fireplace poker, this slime on the handle. It's familiar for some reason. That's Mr. Remington's old hunting rifle. He usually keeps it around. For whatever reason, he was very fond of that thing. Looks like it was fired recently.
Think I've done talking to everything. Except for this last clue. The office still has some more things. No clues on the swamp dock. The protests still need to figure out what the code is to the law. And the woods, I still need to figure out what that is as well. Let's go up to the treehouse.
You've been here so long, you must have crossed paths with Remington a few times. What did you think of him?
That man was a threat to the swamp. We'll be better off without him. Hopefully the curtain will fall on his little tourist attraction as well.
Better off? With a killer on the loose now?
There have been murderers loose in the swamp before.
What are you talking about?
In my time here, I've seen the swamp invaded by men. By hunters. Several times. They're relentless.
What were they hunting? Wait, what about Boggy? Is that why no one has seen him in 60 years?
They always fell short of their ultimate goal. That just meant they came back again and again, doing more harm each time.
But this area is protected by law, right?
It is now, but some men have no respect for laws, of any kind. They tried to get me to leave my home here. I stood my ground.
Obviously. But this whole area is a tourist attraction now. I doubt Remington would have allowed anyone to march into Boggy's bog with a gun and start hunting down its main attraction.
I recognize some of those men, unfortunately. They've hunted in the swamp before,
Before it became a protected area?
Before that, yes, and one of them after that.
Bathroom, Birmingham, maybe? Would that have been Remington, maybe?
Let's see. First thing we do, then tap the...
I wonder what this is gonna be.
And now... Got it! Now I know what that liquid consists of. I'll write it down in my notes. The swamp slime. It's all the same. It's the exact same liquid again. There's something about that green slime.
Something are the only reason that is proof that found in the treehouse end, found at the crime scene end. Something belonged to Boggy. Something has magic powers. Something are covered in the slime, swamp slime. Are covered in green powder. The fireplace. Found at the crime scene and the black leggings are covered in the same swamp slime. Was it found at the crime scene?
The fireplace broker, found at the crime scene, and the black leggings are covered in the same swamp slime. Sally's leggings. They link her with the crime scene. I'll have to ask her about it.
No, thank you.
Okay. Have we talked to everything we can about you? About everyone? Yes. Is there anything
What's
obvious
this?
that I can?
Looks like this stuff in the water has been moved around recently. Maybe if I repositioned them.
And I. So I have to make the shapes. Fair enough. Say that one's there.
I recognize that footprint. It's the same as the one found at the crime scene.
I found it. And that's the case thingy from here. Alright? Yes. The office. And the protest. Yeah. So let's go back to the office.
These animals. This is the creepiest. They open. Oh, and on. They open.
Okay.
No. This is the creep. Something happened here. There are signs of a struggle between an old hunting. This. Something. This is the creep.
So one more
Photos
thing.
And but one of the. Wait a sec. This photo and some. Maybe I can have hunting memorabilia, claws, teeth. It would be an impressive collection if it was.
Is that another more things that this? So the last thing is the protest. And the last clue, which might also be in the protest place.
I'm impressed, and It's Echo's tent.
Click or something when you rolled over to the right one.
It's a he's...
No. Gonna try just in case. Five, 8. No. Wonder if there's any have been anywhere that tells you a date. I would assume it'd be a thing to do with Boggy. Since you seem to really like Boggy, so maybe the cartoon character. Anything by the entrance? No. Oh, it's you. I'll leave you alone for now.
So what can you tell me about your relationship with Richard Remington?
I didn't have one. I think I spoke to him twice, ever. He usually seemed really busy, but more like preoccupied.
Preoccupied? Like he was thinking about something else? Something that wasn't this tourist attraction?
Who can say? What do old men think about?
What? Are you implying that I know the answer to that?
Is that one of your clues? It's nice. I have no idea. Where are you?
Okay. You don't seem to have anything else. I think I've spoken to you about everything. See, I found all of you. Done all of you. Found a pier now. Let's go there.
You saw Remington last night, but had you met him before? Did you know him?
I've never really spoken with him, but we've come into contact a few times. Vincent likes to handle that kind of work, and I like to let him.
What do you think of this place? The tourist attraction, I mean.
I can't say I like the idea of a natural area like this becoming commercialized.
I know! I just can't understand why anyone would even try.
I think Mr. Remington had his reasons. He looked like a man with a couple of secrets.
Like what?
I have no idea. If I knew, they wouldn't be secrets.
That makes sense.
I'm sorry I have not seen... What is it? Some evidence? That's great.
You don't seem to care about a gum.
I suppose you've met with our murder victim, Richard Remington.
Yes, I've been in and out of this place for a while now. Naturally, I've crossed paths with Remington a number of times. Good value, that one. A real raconteur, you know.
Are you one of the hunters as well?
So far, I'm getting the impression he wasn't the most popular guy around here.
Well, that much is clear, isn't it? The man obviously slipped up somewhere, made an enemy or two, and bam, that's that. You just can't be too careful, can you?
Yeah, I think he did have an enemy or two. Or three. But you liked him.
I respected him. Good head on his shoulders. Good business sense, that man. He understood how to make things work for him. I don't really have time. You won't be getting very far If you want an autograph...
Okay. So we've got all the information for you. Similarly. For you. And you.
So.
And you as well. Boggy doesn't have a challenge.
Hey.
I think we've done everything for everyone.
So.
The only thing we don't have is this clue. Which is the protest. Let's see if there's anything about it in the museum.
Some magic.
Not save information.
Books. These are model something.
Before you done that.
This.
So.
It's supposed.
Oh, wait. Maybe it'll tell her here.
Copyright MCMX. That'll be
1934. I thought I didn't try that, or did I try something else?
I'm a. It's a journal.
01/09.
I guess it belongs to Echo. Bad news. Remington is dead. I don't know what to do. Was my whole protest in vain? They'll shut this place down, sure, but I'll never know if I got through to him. That's all he's written.
We found all of the stuff. And that wasn't the clue, though.
You again. Ready with some cryptic advice, no doubt?
Don't let them take him.
Who? The murderer? That's my job. I gotta make sure that
No, the creature. Don't take him away. This place is his home.
Oh, Boggy. Hey, don't worry. I didn't really believe he could be, responsible for this mess.
You didn't?
Well, no. I've always known who the murderer was, and it's not Boggy.
So, he won't get in trouble? You won't have to leave?
Well, he's been out here for what, 60 years, hasn't he? And
I don't know who the murderer
that
is,
long,
but
I have a feeling some detective isn't going to change all that in one day.
Well, in that
and that's
case,
not Boggy.
He says... Thank you.
Maybe need to talk to Whitebridge and Spears. Maybe. Treehouse. No. There's nothing else. Why are these two different, though?
What?
It might be worth looking to speak with the suspect again.
Try and solve. If you're struggling, don't forget to present profiles and clues. Oh, and it's...
I've already done everyone's challenge. I think.
What?
Challenge unlocked. Unless I didn't. Finish. Oh, I didn't complete your challenge, maybe.
The black leggings
no.
you found in your bag
I
this
didn't.
morning.
Okay.
They're covered in the same slime that was on the murder weapon.
Everything in this swamp is covered in slime. What's your angle, Grimoire?
Leggings are part of the murderer's costume. That exact slime hasn't been found anywhere else. I have proof you were wearing them during the murder. That one makes the most sense.
Your black leggings were part of the murderer's costume.
Costume? Is that why someone took them out of my bag last night?
Well, you know, I don't have proof someone else took them.
If I had been wearing them when I committed a crime, do you think I would hand them over to a detective the second he shows up? Besides,
maybe.
Look at them. What do you notice?
They were wrinkly. Just cool.
They're loose and stretched.
That's right, someone else. Someone larger than me has worn these. They're stretched out, especially at the waist. It's pretty obvious.
So, let's see. Somebody stole them to use in their Boggy costume, and then put them back in your bag when they were done?
If you say so. It's not my job to know all the details. It's my job to sell souvenirs. Do you want a souvenir?
Oh, my, yes, but only if you choose one for me.
You look like you could use something to wind up. You can take this one.
Oh, thank you. Has the cartoon appearance of Boggy. Boggy's feet are hidden under a bucket of water. This is the last clue. Have I done everyone else's? No. Not you. But I want to go and show everyone else the last clue first. Clearing.
I'm sorry I have...
I figured most people are gonna say the same thing, but...
You won't be getting very far discussing that with me. Try someone less important.
I snooze the ad break. Just because I don't know how much long this is gonna take. I don't think it'll take very long, but we never know.
Show it to somebody else.
Let's see. Who else is there?
A good example of how Boggy's feet are never shown in any form. They often use that little red bucket to hide them.
Let's see. It wasn't anything in path.
What?
I always thought it was...
It's just part of the character, I guess. I'm surprised they don't sell some sort of boggy foot soaker.
And that would be the one product I'd consider buying.
So would I. I've wanted to buy a foot soaker like that. Except so many of them have this weird, like, vibrating roller thing at the very bottom.
You don't know
Which I don't
everything,
really
I'm
want.
afraid.
I just want it to be warm. Is there anyone else I haven't shown it to?
You can put that away. I can't help you.
See if there's anything I'm missing. Just the flippers. I think I've spoken to everyone about the flippers.
I've been looking into the history of this place.
Oh, really? Did you find anything?
Yeah. You.
You must be confused. You found me today, when you barged into my house. Remember?
You created the myth of the swamp creature away. The swamp creature yourself to scare people away. You were the original founder of the tourist attraction. We're living in the swamp when the explorer visited 60 years ago.
You were already living in the swamp when the explorer came here 60 years ago.
The explorer? That man they talk about in the museum?
The one who originally discovered Boggy. You know who I'm talking about. His sketches and notes are the only real evidence we have for this creature.
You already have his journal. You learned to read, I assume. What else do you need?
I need you to tell me if the journal is fake. Page missing from the journal. I think you know where it is. I think you wrote something in the journal yourself.
There's a page missing from the journal. I think you know where it is.
Why on earth would I know something like that?
Because you were the only person here when the explorer visited the swamp. I have a suspicion that the swamp creature wasn't the only thing he discovered.
You're suggesting he gave me a page from the back of his journal? Or what, that I stole it?
I have no idea. If I could see it, I might be able to make up my mind. Saw it from him before he left the swamp. You took it from the journal wall from display in the museum.
I really have no idea. If I could see it, I might be able to make up my mind.
It doesn't belong in a museum. It belongs here, with me. You understand?
Why is that?
What if I promise I'll return it after I finish clearing up this mess?
Then I'll show it to you.
Is this you? He drew you into his journal? It's beautiful.
60 years ago, yes. He left the page with me. We agreed the rest of the world would manage without it.
I think there's something on
That's
the back.
fair.
What's this? Footprints.
So that's everything. Not made by the real Boggy.
I think it's time I went to talk to Officer James.
Chapter 4, The Beginning of the End.
You finally returned. Well, did you find the swamp creature? Where is he?
I didn't find him. What swamp creature? Or I forgot all about him.
I didn't find him.
What? You're not getting paid to wander about aimlessly, Grimoire. Get back out there.
I don't need to.
I don't need to. Final chapter. Boggy's criminal records.
Why not? I thought he was our prime suspect.
Not anymore.
Didn't you find photographic evidence of Boggy from last night? Let me see that photo. If that's not Boggy, what is it?
I found designs for the costume in a trash can. Not only that, I collected all the pieces of the costume myself. Well, nearly all of them. There's still the one that...
But the footprints at the scene of the crime! How can you prove these don't belong to a real creature?
I can do that with...
What's this?
Missing
page. I thought there were no records of a footprint anywhere.
No public records. The footprints at the crime scene don't match the ones on this page. They were just a product of these slippers. A part of the costume.
But Grimoire, this costume, it doesn't have claws of any kind. How do you explain the 3 wounds on the victim's chest?
The prongs match up with the wounds perfectly. The handle's even covered in slime, see?
But this swamp slime was one of the reasons Boggy became a suspect in the first place. Surely this only incriminates the creature further.
You'd think so, wouldn't you? But that slime, it's not exactly what you think.
It's the swamp drink.
This stuff is an uncanny resemblance to the so-called swamp slime. A bunch of it was stolen from the storeroom of the cafe, which reminds me.
What is that, exactly?
A poisoned hot dog. It's the second reason that the murderer broke into the storeroom. He put this green powder on the entire supply, just to make sure.
To make sure of what?
Make sure Remington got ill and had to return to his office. To make sure no one would ever eat at the cafe again. To make sure everyone in the swamp will be poisoned.
To make sure Remington got ill and had to return to his office.
Remington went back to his office? Alone?
Final chapter, the murder.
I've been looking through your evidence, Grimoire. One piece in particular seems critical to me. I think we need to work out.
Video footage? Vincent Vanderpeer filmed it last night, at the exact moment of the murder, I believe.
Well, exactly. I think we can both agree these sounds in the background. They're essential in our mystery. Could you talk me through them? Just rearrange the descriptions on the left to match the sounds on the right. Drag them around and keep swapping until you're happy with the order. And if you want to hear the sounds again, you can tap on them.
No problem. I can always check my case file if I want to go over my notes.
Kay Culper opens Remington's office door. Sounds like a clang. Okay. That ripping is the... Everything cries out in shock as Boggy appears. Remedy cries out in shock and falls backwards. Midas hear the outcry. Colbert grabs a poker and stabs Remington. Okay. That'll be the first one. Then he quees out as Boggy appears. Then he fires a rifle. Then he lands on the planks. No. That wouldn't happen there. Then the culprit grabs the pocket and starved Remington.
Ah, excellent. There's just two small details bothering me. First of all, if Remington ripped off a piece of his curtains, why wasn't it found at the crime scene? What happened to it? Why wasn't it found at the crime scene? What happened to it?
Turns out the murderer took that piece of fabric and concealed it inside the head of the costume. Then he fled the crime scene to hide all the parts in different areas of the swamp.
Ah, well, that's my problem. If Remington fired his rifle, how did the assailant survive and manage to escape? Did Remington miss his target?
At point blank? A man of his experience? I don't think so. In fact, the answer to that question is the very last link in our chain. The one thing that has eluded me so far. I'll drag the clue items from the left onto my drawing here, and we'll see what happens when we compare the pieces I collected with the original design I found.
Okay. So we've got the feet, the head, the flippers, and the thingy.
Wait! You never found the body piece! The torso!
You're right, and I never would have found it. Not lying around. Not like the others.
But what does this have to do with the murderer surviving the rifle shot?
This torso is probably made up of some
thick material. Is it because you have it on yourself?
Something covering the culprit's entire upper body. I believe it may have even been enough to
soften the impact from a bullet! Aha!
Exactly.
Well, let's put your theory to the test. Where is that last piece of the costume?
God, that I don't know.
Where is that? Where is?
Okay. So I'm just gonna guess now because.
Where is? Where?
Treehouse?
Where is? Where is? Where?
The office? No.
But how? We looked everywhere. Not a single clue.
Simple. He's still wearing it.
I don't know what you want with me. Sounds like you two were smart enough to uncover the real criminal in this swamp, and lucky enough to have somebody else deal with him for you. You worked it out. He had his rifle on him. He got half a glance at me and pulled the trigger without hesitation.
But why would he do that?
You know why I didn't put that together.
You were dressed as Boggy. He shouldn't be pointing his gun at a unique scientific specimen, not to mention his main attraction.
You're right. It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense, does it? Not unless you're in on the secret.
Echo. Leads me to believe that Richard Remington was here to hunt Boggy.
Echo forgot to tell me that Richard Remington was here to hunt Boggy.
That's not right.
I'm losing a secret that Remington kept hidden in his office.
The hunting photo was proof.
The hunting photo leads me to believe
Okay.
Richard Remington was here to hunt Boggy.
Final chapter, The Hunter and the Hunted. One that I can't avoid anymore because I've paused it 3 times. About minutes. 3 minutes.
A secret society, an order of hunters, seeking out mysterious and elusive creatures.
The order goes further than this one man, and much further than this one swamp.
The whole thing is kind of distressing. I knew something was wrong as soon as I stepped into that office.
I'm glad you've finally come around. It's not just
But what about Remington? He was a member of this order?
He made Boggy his own personal project, his own obsession. For years he hunted the creature, the potential perfect addition to his collection.
But he owned the tourist attraction. He set it up himself, didn't he?
He did. It was just his way of forming a legal loophole. Since the area became protected, he and his friends were unable to come here for hunting anymore. Boggy's Bog was just a front for his own little game. A man pursuing a creature.
A creature that might not even exist.
And that's why Remington kept a rifle nearby at all times?
Well, exactly. He didn't want to take any chances.
He was a hunter.
Now, don't you see? I did this place a service. Did Boggy a service. That creature, he can live in peace again.
Can he? You tried to frame him for murder. You wanted everyone to think he was some kind of ruthless predator?
Well, think about it. Once he became suspected of murder, they'd have no choice but to shut this whole place down. Everyone would finally realize they had no business here.
Oh. It's not color. But he's not a killer? You didn't have the right. How can you know what Bobby wanted?
How can you know what Boggy wanted? He might not be what you're...
Detective.
It's
finished. Well, don't be angry. You should be glad. It's finally time to leave the swamp. You have another job to do.
I don't know.
Not that it makes any difference to somebody like you, but I never intended to kill him. Just to scare him. Convince him Boggy wasn't going to let him live here in peace any longer. But, true to form, he had his rifle on him. You worked out the rest yourself.
Okay. I'm gonna run the ads now. I'm gonna start anyway, so we will. Pause. Demo. No. Pause the game for the 3 minutes. So we will be back in a little bit. To do the last tiny bit of the game. For, like, a demo or two. Break, then finish the game. Directly after. Don't like doing that. I'm not sure. It depends how much longer it's gonna take, really. Well, it also depends on when this advert's gonna run. Because it keeps saying starting soon. Would be nice if it had a much more regular time, but there we go. Alright. It's the touch bottle. There we go. Okay. We should be back. Or it will be for the last time. Thank you for putting up with it.
Well, Well, Mr. Everstone, I'm afraid you'll still have to come with us. Fortunately, there's a police station just a few miles down the...
Hey, wait!
Aha! Looks like you solved more than one mystery tonight.
That was an enjoyable game. Apologies for the sudden increase in volume at the very end there. I wasn't expecting the game to just jump up in volume. These credits going fast.
Grimoire.
Well, what did they decide to do?
We had Mr. Everstone questioned. He was happy to tell us everything he knew. A number of rumors going around the department have been confirmed.
And Remington's office?
Searched down to the last detail. And well, we agree with you, but I know what you're thinking. I'd love to put an end to it, just the same as you. But there's always...
Are we going after them?
We better be.
Yeah. That was an enjoyable game. Released to play. I think there is one more. Because we've already played the second, which I might replay for YouTube. I don't know if the Mermaids one is out yet. But I certainly played some of the demo, and it was quite enjoyable. Tuesday. Gonna pick the next thing we're gonna play for Tuesdays. So give me a second to start this up. There we go. And let's switch over.